Did you know there's a country, a place, where the hosts might offer their daughters to sleep beside you for the night? A place where you can meet beautiful and resilient women, ride alongside wild horses across endless grasslands, or witness men singing songs so heartfelt they can bring camels to tears. Welcome to Mongolia, a land where the extraordinary is part of everyday life. Are you curious? Before we dive into the main content, leave your mark on this video by telling us where you're watching from. In the eyes of the Mongolian people, guests are blessings sent from heaven. Welcoming and caring for visitors is believed to bring luck and happiness to the home. Upon entering, the host will warmly invite you inside. As a gesture of mutual respect, it is traditional for the guest to lightly touch foreheads with the host. One of the first rituals you will experience is the offering of tea. This is a unique, salty milk tea. As soon as you are seated, a cup of tea will be placed into your hands. It is important to accept it with both hands and politely take a sip, even if the taste surprises you. Refusing the tea would be considered extremely disrespectful. You may be treated to savory roasted lamb, steamed dumplings, the tartness of fermented mare's milk, and the chewiness of dried cheese. In Mongolian culture, finishing every bite on your plate is not only polite but necessary. It shows the host that their efforts are appreciated and their hospitality honored. When the guest is a respected elder, tradition demands even greater respect. The host may offer a sheep or goat, a gesture of the highest honor. But for young and middle-aged men, there is an even more intimate tradition. In some remote regions, the host may offer his daughter to sleep alongside the guest for the night, not as a romantic act, but as a gesture of profound warmth and protection against the cold nights. This practice, known as no-kor or sleeping together, is often misunderstood. At its core, it is about providing comfort, not intimacy, and reflects the purest form of care and trust. Are you surprised and eager to experience Mongolian hospitality? If so, comment 1 to let us know you're still here with us. Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia, lies deep in the northern heart of central Mongolia. Covering an area of nearly 5,000 square kilometers, this city is home to about 1.5 million people. Ulaanbaatar is a modern, vibrant city that shines even through the cold and gloomy winters. It is the heartbeat of Mongolia's culture, economy, and finance, and also a major railway hub connecting Russia and China. Located at an elevation of more than 4,400 feet above sea level, Ulaanbaatar bears the full brunt of the Siberian high-pressure system. Summers are short, with temperatures climbing up to 102 degrees Fahrenheit. But when winter hits, temperatures can plunge to -40 degrees accompanied by biting winds. With an average annual temperature of -2 degrees Celsius, Ulaanbaatar holds the title of the coldest capital city on Earth. Yet, despite the brutal winters and the thick coal smoke that blankets the city during the colder months, Ulaanbaatar has a spirit that refuses to freeze. Step onto the streets and you'll find lively jazz clubs, upscale shopping centers, top-notch steakhouses, and even a growing expatriate community. If you're thinking about stretching your retirement savings, Ulaanbaatar might just surprise you. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs around $400 to $600 a month. Utilities will run about $70 to $100, slightly higher if you keep cozy during the long winters. A hearty barbecue dinner will cost you about $8 to $12. What about healthcare? Private clinics offer comprehensive checkups for around $60 to $80. Americans can easily make their way here. A tourist visa grants you 30 days, and you can extend it once you're here. Thinking about staying longer? Mongolia offers an investor visa if you want to start a small business. Or if you're serious about settling down, there's even a retiree-friendly O visa after you establish residency. Throughout the long and arduous history of Mongolia, women have stood alongside men, building homes from felt and wood, herding livestock across endless grasslands, and enduring winters that would drive most of us away. Unlike the delicate beauty celebrated in neighboring cultures like China, Mongolian women have been, and still are, highly valued for their strength, resilience, and independence. They have strong bodies, shaped by the wind and earth, often with striking high cheekbones, deep almond-shaped eyes, and a calm, steady presence you can feel in a room before you even see them. They have a quiet confidence. They do not waste words. They do not show off. Emotionally, they are just as strong. They are practical, tough, and deeply proud of their heritage. And unlike many other places where beauty is only skin deep, in Mongolia, ability is what truly commands respect. A woman can ride a horse across the steppe, mend a broken fence, raise a family, and run a business. Now, for any man curious about romance here, let me say this. Foreign men are often welcomed. Here, patience is important. Sincerity matters even more. Take your time. Learn a little about her culture. That is how trust is built. Are you feeling intrigued and want to know how to connect with Mongolian women? If so, comment number 7, and we'll share more with you about how to connect with them. Among the many legends born on this vast steppe, none is more iconic than the Mongolian wild horse, known around the world as the Mongolian wild horse. First discovered in the desert region in 1880, every living Mongolian wild horse today can trace its bloodline back to just 9 of the 31 horses rescued during the dark days of the mid-20th century. It was a gamble of hope, a bold collaboration between Mongolian researchers and the Zoological Society of London. Today, thanks to decades of hard work, about 1,500 of these proud creatures once again roam free, with the largest herds found at Khustain Naru National Park. Through the mist you can see them, small but sturdy horses, their reddish-brown coats shimmering under the rising sun. A herd of wild horses charges across the open land, kicking up dust in their wake. You can also experience riding alongside them for about $40 to $60 per day and enjoy meals cooked over a campfire by your Mongolian guide. And speaking of ancient traditions in Mongolia, the bond between humans and animals does not end with horses. Next, we will journey into the world of legendary eagle hunters, and a festival that will make you wonder just how much wildness still lives within all of us. But first, don't forget to take 5 seconds to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest and most exciting updates. Held on the first weekend of the month, the Golden Eagle Festival brings together proud Kazakh hunters and their magnificent birds for one of the most spectacular traditions on Earth. The sun is just beginning to rise over the rugged Altai Mountains. The grass is still coated in a thin layer of frost, and then, from the top of the hill, they appear, young men riding semi-wild horses, their heavy cloaks billowing in the wind, and perched on their arms, golden eagles, fierce-eyed and wings spread wide. This is not just a performance. This is not just a competition. This is a celebration of the bond between man, horse, and sky that stretches back thousands of years. If you're thinking about making the trip, and trust me, it's worth every mile. Festival packages with local families start at around $300 for a 3-day experience. They typically include home-cooked meals, cozy lodging in a traditional yurt, and front-row views you will never forget. But as incredible as these golden eagles are, they are not the only awe-inspiring animals on Mongolia's rugged plains. Stay with us, because next, we're heading into the vast Gobi Desert, where camels and songs tell another ancient story you won't want to miss. Here, among the rippling sand dunes, you will find the largest population of 2-humped Bactrian camels in the world. Strong, stubborn, and perfectly built to endure scorching summers and brutal winters, these animals are far more than mere beasts of burden. They are a source of life. But beyond the hard work and rugged beauty, there is a tradition that few outsiders have ever witnessed, a ritual known as camel coaxing. Where else in the world can you see a man singing to make a mother camel love her calf again? A herder gently places a newborn calf near its mother, often a mother who, stressed by the harsh conditions, has rejected her baby. Slowly, the mother camel begins to respond. She circles closer. She sniffs the calf. Sometimes you might even see a tear falling from her large, dark eyes. The nomads here believe that camels understand music better than words. Some elders even say that the Morin Kur not only soothes camels, but also heals broken hearts. And speaking of ancient landscapes filled with hidden treasures next, we will head north to one of Mongolia's oldest and most spectacular wonders, a crystal-clear lake so pure it's said you can drink straight from its surface. Not far from the Russian border, hidden among dense forests and rugged mountains, lies one of Mongolia's best-kept secrets, Lake Khovsgol. Lake Khovsgol stretches for more than 130 kilometers and is over 850 feet deep. The lake holds nearly 70% of Mongolia's entire supply of fresh water, and the water is so clean and untouched that you can drink straight from the surface without a second thought. Scientists say the lake is over 2 million years old. Protected as a national park since 1992, Khovsgol remains one of the most pristine places left on Earth. The lakeside cabins, clean, cozy, and surrounded by some of the most stunning landscapes you'll ever see, rent for around $25 to $50 per night. You can go horseback riding into the nearby mountains and visit the Satan people, Mongolia's last reindeer herders, for about $100 to $150 for a day trip. In the summer, the only sound is the call of an eagle soaring high above the lake. You can sit on the porch with a steaming cup of Mongolian tea, watching the water sparkle like a field of diamonds. In the winter, Khovsgol freezes so solid that it becomes a giant natural ice rink, 100 miles long. Locals celebrate with ice festivals filled with archery competitions, ice sculpting, and even horse racing on the frozen lake. Next, we will uncover the mystery of the eternal blue sky and the beliefs that have shaped this proud land for centuries. Mongolian culture has deep roots in shamanic beliefs, dating back thousands of years. At the heart of everything is the worship of Tengri, the eternal blue sky, regarded as the ultimate spiritual force watching over all living beings. And under that vast heavenly canopy, the Mongolian people have developed traditions that might just amaze you. While most of us might make a wish when we see a shooting star streak across the night sky, in Mongolia, the reaction is very different and much more serious. Here it is believed that each star is tied to a person's life force. When a star falls, it signals that a life is coming to an end, the severing of a thread in the fabric of the world. So, when a Mongolian sees a shooting star, they often spit. Just a quick gesture over the left shoulder and say, "It's not mine." It's their way of protecting themselves and their loved ones from misfortune. Next, we will explore one of Mongolia's most mysterious and humble traditions, the ancient practice of sky burials, where life, death, and spirit are all part of a greater timeless dance. On the lonely mountaintops of Mongolia, where the winds carry more than just dust and memories, there is a tradition that few outsiders have ever witnessed, and even fewer truly understand. In this ritual, the body of the deceased is not buried in the ground, nor placed behind stone or wood. Instead, the body is humbly offered to the birds of the sky. The Mongolian people believe that when life leaves the body by returning it to nature, the deceased performs one final act of charity, nourishing the earth and the creatures that depend on it. The preparations for a sky burial are carried out with great care, ensuring that nothing is wasted and that every part returns to nourish new life. And even as the spirits of the past linger among these mountains, another ancient tradition, once nearly lost, is making a powerful comeback. Next, we will step into the mysterious world of Mongolian shamans, where ancient wisdom meets a new generation yearning for connection. Long before temples and cathedrals existed, the Mongols spoke with spirits through drums, chants, and fire. They believed the world was alive. Every mountain, river, and breeze carried a spirit of its own. Today, on the hills, in the forests, and even tucked away in small city apartments, you can still find shamans calling to the spirits. What makes Mongolian shamanism particularly fascinating is its blending with Buddhism. This fusion created what locals call the yellow shamanism, a spiritual practice that weaves together ancient animistic rituals with Buddhist wisdom. Here, visiting a shaman is a bit like seeing a counselor back home, except your session might include the sound of drums pounding through the night, smoke rising in patterns you swear you can read, and ancient songs that seem to tug at something deep within you. Of course, not everything is so pure anymore. In larger cities like Ulaanbaatar, Some worry that shamanism has been commercialized, turned into just another service for tourists and curious visitors. But shamanism is only one thread in Mongolia's stunningly rich tapestry. Next, we step into a way of life that has endured unchanged for centuries, the resilient, free world of nomadic life in the yurt. On the vast grasslands where the sky seems to stretch on forever and the wind never stops blowing, you will find a home unlike any other, the jir of the Mongolian people. These traditional yurt tents, known locally as jirs, are more than just tents. They are engineering marvels, mobile homes designed to withstand the worst that Mother Nature can throw at them. Blizzards, scorching summers, a properly built jir can handle both, keeping you warm when temperatures plummet and cool when the sun turns the steppe into a sea of gold. Imagine living in a home you could pack up and move in a single day, traveling across the land with your family, livestock, and your life carried along with you. And if you're wondering how much such a life might cost, renting a jir in the countryside would cost you at least $100 to $200 a month. Would you like to own a jir? In the vast jir districts of Ulaanbaatar, you can buy a brand new, fully equipped gyar for around $3,000 to $5,000. Next, we will climb to the spiritual heart of the country, where sacred mountains still whisper to those who are willing to listen. In a land where the sky seems to touch the earth, it's no surprise that the mountains are seen not just as rock and soil, they are revered as living gods. The ancient Mongolian tradition of worshiping sacred places continues to amaze the world, not only because of its beauty, but also because of its enduring spirit. Here, peaks like Altai Tavan Bogd and Burkhan Kaldun are sacred sites, deeply intertwined with the Mongolian identity, both physically and spiritually. Every stone, every tree, every whisper of wind on these mountains carries the echoes of the ancestors. During the communist era, these traditions were banned to the point of near extinction. Yet the Mongolian people preserved their spirit. And today, thanks to a cultural revival, mountain worship is once again honored, even recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. In places like Altan Ovu, special ceremonies are held, some of which are exclusively for men, featuring contests of strength, endurance, and spirit. They are living symbols of fierce pride and a deep commitment to honoring the land that has always protected Mongolia. And speaking of strength and tradition, next we'll dive into one of Mongolia's oldest and most cherished festivals, where strength, skill, and heritage intertwine, the three manly games of knightdom. If there is an event that truly captures the soul of Mongolia, it is the Naadam festival. Often called the Three Manly Games, Naadam brings together the ancient skills that once built an empire: wrestling, horse racing, archery. In Mongolian wrestling, pure strength, endurance, and technique determine the winner. Wrestlers wear traditional outfits, a jacket and shorts, a costume with a fascinating history. Legend has it that centuries ago, a woman disguised herself and won the tournament. Ever since, the design has ensured that only men can participate. Now, you might expect full-grown adults to race thoroughbred horses, but not here. At Naadam, semi-wild horses race across many miles of rugged terrain. When you watch these tiny riders cling tightly to their horses, flying across the vast open steppe, you can feel the deep bond between Mongolians and their horses, a bond that built an empire. And then there is archery, a true test of precision, patience, and steady hands. Both men and women compete using traditional Mongolian bows, not aiming at paper targets but at small leather rings lined up on the ground. The best Naadam tours should be booked early. Expect to spend around $500 to $700 for an all-inclusive package, which typically includes premium seating, cultural immersion events, and the chance to spend time with local families who have participated in the festival for generations. We've explored 13 amazing facts about this incredible country. If you enjoyed the video about Mongolia, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is the driving force that helps us continuously improve and bring you even more engaging content. Thank you, and see you in our next travel documentary. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.